Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm going to be working with some printables from a online Etsy store that I haven't shown on my channel before. So normally I have some of you that reach out to me and ask me to review your products, and that was not the case with this. I just stumbled upon these on Instagram and fell in love with them and knew I needed to use them. So these are from Scribbles On My Heart, which is the name of the shop owned by Bridget. And if you'll remember this stamp set from Sunshine Stamp Co., the Just My Type, this was designed by Bridget. It's in one of my favorite stamp sets. It's no longer available. Sunshine Stamp Co. isn't doing stamps any longer, but I worked with Bridget on the design team over there, and she just has some really cute things. So when I saw this, it was just too cute to pass up. And if you've been following me on Instagram, then you know we've been doing camping this summer, have lots of more camping planned, and so I knew I needed to use this kit. And so she said she actually designed this for her junior high group that she works with, but it was just so adorable. So and it's actually on sale this weekend, as well as the rest of her shop is 50% off this weekend. So I will link that down below. You can check it out. With this printable, I think I paid $2.50, and I got all of these pages of printables for that. So it's awesome. So you've got this set that I printed on cardstock, and I can cut these out. I'm gonna be playing with those. And then there's this page that I also printed on cardstock, and it's got some verses, some fun big word fetty. I love the some more, and the stars. This would be a good one to also do in clear label paper, some of those elements also. And then it's got some tabs. And one thing I wanted to point out, which just, it's just something that, it's the little touches that make a difference. And so this tab right here is this really cute print with like s'mores and a fire and things like that. But she even made it so that when you fold this tab over, the print is right side up on either side of the tab. And I appreciate attention to detail like that. That's not always the case, and so I appreciate that she did that. So you've got plenty of verses over here that she suggests to go with this kit. And then she's got this set of cards, and these cards actually have prompts for the verses that she's listed and little questions and things to kind of get you thinking about the verses. So I love that. If you're looking at using this for a class, reach out to her through Etsy and ask what her policy is on that. But this would be a really great one to do a Bible journaling class with, if that's an option she offers. And then there's these little stamps down here that are super cute. To be fun to do some like clusterings around a tab with these. And then this sheet I printed on clear label paper. It has some faux washi. Now this purple in the kit is actually this really kind of deep navy color. My printer was kind of being a brat, so my colors are a little bit off, but that's okay. So you've got different washis, you've got this bunting, and then some more elements that you can use there. And then she also includes a set of tile alphas in that same Just My Type font. And so I actually scaled it down and put 2 on a piece of white label paper, and that way I can cut these out into stickers. So that is everything that's included in the digital file, and she's got lots of other cute goodies over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you on fast forward. We'll dive in. I think I'm going to journal in Deuteronomy, I believe. Yeah, so Deuteronomy 31:8 is the verse that I'm going to be journaling today. So let me go ahead and put you on fast forward, get these all cut out, and we'll put a page together with these cute elements. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut out all of the pieces that I think I'm going to use for this entry. I did go ahead and pull out some papers from, that green one is from the Fruit of the Spirit line from Illustrated Faith, and the pink gingham is from that paper pad. I think it's an American Crafts paper. I'm not sure. I don't think it's available any longer, but I just pulled some things out of my stash, and I'm going to use this to layer up and create a tip down, tip up. I don't know. I was worried about these pieces covering up too much text. I printed them full size, and they were pretty big. So if you want smaller pieces, just size them down before you print them. But to get around those large pieces, I'm going to go ahead and create this little flap that can kind of flip out, and that way I can take notes underneath or write a little prayer underneath, and I'm not covering up too much of the Bible text. So I did go ahead and layer up those pieces of paper and tore the top edge just to add some texture, and I wanted to kind of break up the colors a little bit. And this is going to be the piece that holds everything together. So now I can go ahead and start kind of assembling things around that. And like I said, I'm working in Deuteronomy 31:8, and that says, "It is the Lord who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed." And this is Moses. He's preparing Joshua to take over his ministry. Moses at this point is about 120 years old, and he knows that his time is coming to an end. And even though Joshua is just very renowned and courageous, he's just kind of further reminding him, don't worry, this is a big task you're taking on, but God will be with you through all things, the good and the bad. And that is just a constant reminder that I like to have. I love Joshua 1:9. That's one of my favorite verses. And courageous was my one little word for last year. And so I just love being able to come back and revisit different variations of that verse and that moment between Moses and Joshua. So I do go ahead and write a little prayer underneath this flap after I create it. So before I stick everything down on screen here, I'm just taking some different colors of acrylic paint, and I'm using a baby wipe to kind of swipe that color on. And I have to apologize, I adjusted the settings on my camera, and so it's a little bit bright, so bear with me. Hopefully the next couple videos will be better. And I'm just taking those different colors, and I'm just wanting to add some color to the background underneath all of these die cuts. I don't love this technique. Every time I do it, I regret it because I'm not good at it. I watch Hello Jilski, and she is just such a natural at this, and so I thought I would give it another go, and I just don't love it. I made the mistake on the right hand side there. All of the little blue marks were going in the same direction, and then I switched and went horizontal, which I shouldn't have done. I don't know. It was just a mess. So over the top of that, I have this star stencil that I created with my Silhouette Cameo. I do have a video on my channel showing how I make my own stencils. I will link that down below for you guys. And I am just using some Wilted Violet Distress Oxide ink blended through that stencil. And like I said, this purple really is not the true color that's on this printable, but that is how mine printed. So I'm going to roll with it and use that color in the background here. Now that ink did bleed through just a little bit anywhere where I was super heavy handed, but it's not a problem. I can cover it up, no problem. And so now I can kind of start assembling this tip up. I'm using this grid washi. This is actually from Felicity Jane. I don't think you can get it any longer. Their shop is currently closed as they are moving, and I don't know that they'll have this back in the shop. But I just wanted kind of a neutral washi. And then this tree here was printed on clear sticker paper, and you can see I'm oopsed and had things on the Bible page underneath it, so you can see through it. It's kind of a mess, guys, but that's okay. I fix it with some die cuts here in a second. I wanted to have some on clear sticker paper and some on cardstock, and just have lots of different textures and dimension going on. And I don't know, like I said, my mojo has been kind of off the last couple weeks, and I'm not quite back 100%, and so there's going to be oopses along the way, but I'll show you how I fix that. And so I'm just constantly kind of checking and rechecking, deciding where I want everything. Like I said, most of these cardstock pieces will be adhered to that pattern paper, that way the text is not covered up. I wanted to use every single little piece in this set. It was so cute. I couldn't figure out how to incorporate the little campfire or the marshmallows or anything, so I'm definitely going to have to come back and do another page with this set because it's just too cute. There's this word fetty that says "Do not be afraid," and so that is going to be my main title here, and I'm going to use that to kind of cover up the oops on the right hand side underneath that clear sticker. And so I did go ahead and cut it up. That way it would just fit in the margin and not cover up any text. I have several different Bibles that I read from. This is my 5th journaling Bible, so text does get covered up. It's not the end of the world. I have other Bibles I can read from. Here where I stick down the stars and the moons, this does cover the text. If that bothers you, you could either print those on clear label paper or just not use those elements, and that would be just fine. But I just wanted to create this fun little camping scene on here. And I am going to go ahead and cut out one additional little star piece here. So I have an odd number. I like to work in odd numbers. So 3s, 5s, 7s, and that kind of just works for me. I'm going to sprinkle those around there, and I switch up and use a Zig 2-way glue pen for the smaller pieces. I will have all of the products listed down below for you guys, as well as over on my blog. So if you want to pick up any of the things that you see in the video, you can check out those links. I did go ahead and use the We Are Memory Keepers tab punch to punch out one of those tabs. Those tabs on the printout are meant to be folded in half, but I don't really like to use tabs that way, so I go ahead and just print or just cut it for one side, and then that way I can get double the tabs. And here I'm going to go ahead and layer up some of those little stamp pieces and add that. Now in the close-up photos, you'll see I came back and added an additional green tab just to kind of help that floral tab pop off the page a little bit. It was kind of getting lost up there in the pink and yellow paint. I'm going to bring in some more of that grid washi, just kind of sprinkled around, and cut off anything that is hanging off the edge. And you can see there was a little bit of bleed through with the Distress Oxide ink, but not too bad. And anywhere where any adhesive is exposed, I can use my EK6S powder tool and just dust that over that to deactivate the adhesive. And I made sure to not cover up the verse, but I did go ahead and also cut apart these little verse strips, and I'm going to add this to that large flap as well, so it's pretty obvious what the verse is that I'm journaling. And that is pretty much it for the entry. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Head on over to the blog to check out more close-up photos and links to all the products used. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to click that bell button so that you get notified of all my future videos so you don't miss any upcoming processes. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.